Today's guest has been on before. She's from Mexico, and I've mixed it up coming up to Christmas 2024 with quite a few Spanish songs that are deep meaning and meaningful to a lot of people. This particular one has a lot of meaning to a lot of women within Mexico itself and Latin-speaking countries. It's called María, La Curandera, and it's the official video by Natalia Lafourcade. Now, Natalia has featured before. It went down very well, and other people had recommended this over the last couple of months. So I've gotten round to it. It's my Christmas present to her fans, and I hope you enjoy my breakdown of the lyrics straight after. It's a long video. It's 6 minutes, which is so unusual in the music industry today, because the most you'll get is 1 minute 50, 2 minutes, 2:20. Very rarely now do they hit 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the lyrics itself are long, and I'm going to keep it short. I've done an attachment in the description for everybody who follows Natalia of my bio on her and background if you're interested, and I'm sure you will be. It's a powerful video. What's it about? I'll give you that now with my research. It's about text that is based on Mazatec healer and poet María Sabina. And Maria's video that you're going to see is called María the Healer, and it addresses the ideas of feminine power, the earth, and nature. And I'm going to keep it as simple as that, because the video expresses a lot through its dances, through its interactions with those that appear on the video. So it's self-explanatory in many, many ways. I don't really need to explain much about it. It isn't a feminist video before people jump on the bandwagon and say it is, just because it's about women. There's a lot more to it, but you'll have to stay and find out with the breakdown of the lyrics what it really was all about. It's powerful, it's a beautiful video, and it's quite long. Time for me to be quiet. Enjoy.
Del sol y los rayos de la luna. Cúrate, mijita, el dolor con el sonido del río, la cascada y la espuma. Con el vaivén del mar que va y viene, deja que te agarre. Con el vaivén del mar que va y viene, deja que te ame. Cúrate, mi niña, con las hojas de la menta y la hierba buena. Ponle amor al té, en lugar de azúcar toma y mira las estrellas. Y los rayos de la luna. Cúrate, mijita, con los besos que te sopla el viento, los abrazos de lluvia. Con el vaivén del mar que va y viene, deja que te agarre. Con el vaivén del mar que va y viene, deja que te ame. Cúrate, mi niña, con amor del más bonito y enciende el fuego, entrega tus dolores, que se vuelvan polvo y vengan nuevas flores. Que se vuelvan polvo todos los dolores. Que los queme el fuego, que los queme el fuego y vengan nuevas flores. Que se vuelvan polvo todos los dolores. Que los queme el fuego, que los queme el fuego y vengan nuevas flores. el vaivén del mar que va y viene, deja que te ame. Cúrate, mijita, con amor del más bonito, haga caso a la intuición, mire el mundo entero con el loco aquel que lleva usted en la frente. Cúrate, mi niña, con amor del más bonito, y recuerda siempre que tú eres la medicina. Cúrate, mi niña, con amor del más bonito, y recuerda siempre que tú eres la medicina. Que se vuelvan polvo, que se vuelvan polvo todos los dolores, que los queme el fuego, que los queme el fuego y vengan nuevas flores. Que se vuelvan polvo, que se vuelvan polvo todos los dolores, que los queme el fuego, que los queme el fuego y vengan nuevas flores.
Well, that was long, but not long enough. That was dramatic. That was theatrical, exquisite in the performance, and each dancer had a story to tell, which I'll break down in a minute in the lyrics. But the gravity of what she was trying to tell everybody about women itself and their place stems from the dances itself that has come, I think, from way back in tradition. It's obvious that she was influenced by her grandmother's stories or people around her or history itself, because towards the end that was almost like a scene from, you know, you hear this in English, BC, and it was so long ago, and yet it's embedded. Mexico is and has a very strong women's tradition of women turning to their ancestors and not just praying, but dancing, and through dance living out, let's say, their worst fears, their happiness, all of it through dance. And we've seen that towards the end. It's powerful. Let's go into the lyrics itself now. And these are based on the research I've done. And for the people who jump on to videos of mine and say that's not what the song is about, I keep saying this to everybody in different countries. Songs are open to interpretation. It would be a very boring channel if we didn't have interpretation of songs from different countries in a different way. It makes it more interesting. For those who are very focused on what they read because they're a fan of the artist, I think you need to step outside the box and appreciate that other people have taken on a video like this and try to interpret it their way, and not come back on and say you were totally wrong. Just be more open-minded. That's all I'm going to say from a few comments of the previous Natalia's, my interpretation of her video that I did before, which I shall attach for you to judge yourself if you enjoy this one, which I hope you will. Again, wonderful. María la Curandera is Maria the Healer, and as I said, it was based on a poet, Maria Sabina, her work, and phenomenal, just phenomenal. And I'm bringing up the notes that I've done myself, incorporated into what's been out there. María la Curandera by Natalia is a beautiful, empowering song that you've just seen. That, in the research, it says, speaks to the power of self-healing and embracing one's own strength through the imagery and natural elements of the wisdom of María, the Curandera, the healer. The song encourages you, the listeners, to find solace in the healing world. And that's what I say, the dance towards the end was based on healing dances from many, many centuries ago. But the first verse sets the tone, I think, for the whole song. As María advises you, and she refers it affectionately as little daughter, to cure her pain using the light of the sun and the rays of the moon, as you've seen in the dances. And that was reflected when she was sitting in the chair and sheet was over her face and it was being blown into the wind. And what that was about, it was symbolizing hope and guidance when you're blinded by it. And the mention of the sound of the river, especially towards the end, at the very, very last, Mother Nature, the river, the water, the foam, it's just a metaphor for cleansing. When you think about it, how many times do you listen to nature and think, oh, I feel so relaxed after hearing just the sound of the waves crashing against the rocks? I do it. I've heard it many a time. And that's just metaphors that are constantly used throughout this video. I felt that it immersed itself very much in tradition. It very much about empowerment of women and the collective use of, there's people who, like myself, believe that the moon has healing powers, and they were all raising up to their goddess, their belief in ancient goddesses before that empower women. And that's just soothing. That's soothing because the music itself, the rhythmic music that came along with that, and the sounds that you get from Mother Nature and the sea and the wind that we heard in that video, it's about letting go, isn't it? It's about just when the wind blows, just letting your pain go with the wind and let it go into the distance, that kind of thing. Because that repeated reference to the ebb and the flow of the sea comes in the pre-chorus of this song. And it says, with the ebb and the flow of the sea that comes and goes, let it catch you. And it does. With the ebb and the flow of the sea that comes and goes, let it love you. And it does. Emphasizing the importance of allowing nature, which we all do, we all turn to it at some time, to embrace and heal us. Just like the sea and pain and struggles that may come and go, nature's a wonderful, wonderful healer. And through its acceptance, we can find that healing and love. That those who believe in that and Mother Nature and that way of healing, we can find peace and solace. We all turn to gods, we all turn to prayer, others turn to Mother Nature. This video was very much about turning to Mother Nature. And that's coming from tradition, especially the women in Mexico and the Latino women turning to those who believe in that. And there's a stronger belief in the Latino world than there is in the Western world, believe it or not. Because the second verse reinforces what I've just said, with the theme of finding healing again through the wind. And, Natalia's, through her lyrics, is trying to get you to embrace what she's saying here through the dances as well, and reminding us to use love. Always use love as a fuel to find an answer to any problem in life. So it replaces bitterness. It replaces that negativity that you might feel. And it highlights that transformative power of that love and its ability to nourish and rejuvenate, believe it or not. Because again, it comes back into the chorus here. And that's epitomizes the message of the song for me. It's a simple message throughout the lyrics. I could complicate it with a lot of Spanish words and references, but then the video and my explanation of trying to keep it simple would be too long. So let's keep it simple to this, because it repeats a phrase, and I would love to be able to say it in Spanish, but my fluency is very limited. So I'm going to say it in the best translation I can in English. It says, let them, and this is my own translation of this, turn to dust, let them turn to dust. It says, all the pains, let the fire burn them, and let them burn you, and let new flowers come. What does that mean? It's deep, it's meaningful, it's healing words. It's just reinforcing of letting go your pain and allowing to transform it into something new and vibrant. Because what does a flower do when it opens up and it blooms? It breathes. It shows its beauty. So it's symbolic, lots of metaphors, again in the dances, in the lyrics. It's all tied into traditional beliefs. That's how people found calmness, through the light, through the darkness of whatever they were suffering, the light. Nature brought that to them, even in a flower opening up. So the third verse continues that theme of nature and the flowers and the sounds of the sea and all of this. And it goes into the sun and the moon, as well as the need for tranquility in the morning. And it uses calmness and peace through those metaphors. And it also, it's the significance of seeing the world with a heightened perspective. Because if you see it just, we're here on planet Earth, we pray, that's it. And there's nothing beyond. And we just see it one way. We're very enclosed in life, I feel. And problems take longer to heal. You've got to believe something higher above will come down and turn it around for you, open up the doors and bring the light back into your life. Because this song is about women healing through their troubles when they don't get any support from the world or men. They can find it through Mother Nature. Hence the word, Mother Nature taking care of you. And the song concludes, as far as I'm concerned, with, again, it's in Spanish, but my translation is this: heal yourself, my child, with the most beautiful love, and always remember that you are the medicine. It's Mother Nature talking to you living on the earth. That's what this is about. And it serves, and it's the goddess of Mother Nature. And hence why they were standing and offering their clothes to Mother Nature. Because what keeps us warm is clothes. What keeps us sometimes calm is wearing clothes. But if you strip yourself bare and you offer it up to the goddess, then you're offering up your soul. So overall, for me, it encourages you, the listener, to embrace strength through the world of nature, the beauty, and to accept the power of nature through the flowers that bloom. And then to go and start exploring nature is what it's about as well. Get in touch with your traditions. Go back to nature. Walk through the woods. Hear the sound of the seas. Listen to the sound of the birds. It's all about that. And if you do, you start recognizing, I feel, that inner resilience of, I can just say that pain, and transform it into something new, because it's all part of the circle of life. We're here, Mother Nature, the earth, the energies, and then death. It's all part of that cycle that's above that narrowed cycle most people just think about in life. So it's a deep song. It was 6 minutes long, and that's my breakdown, very simply, of what it was about. The next one by Natalia will be a jazz, pop, much light-hearted song that I want to actually review, but that'll be in 2025. Until then, I wish you a great, peaceful new Christmas into New Year, and thank you for listening. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.